At the time of recording, I'm 33 years old. And if I could go back and give my 20-year-old self some advice, here's what I'd say. Credit to Dan Go for creating this trend. I'll link his video down below. Number 1, don't kill the part of you that's cringe. Kill the part that cringes. Those who never experience anything cringe are trapped by their own judgmental inner critic, and I promise you, they're never gonna create anything that you aspire to. Be easier on yourself, embrace the cringe, don't take it too seriously, and life will be more fun for you. Number 2, if you're thinking too much, you're not acting enough. It's so tempting to think, oh, if I can prepare a little more, do a little more research, then I can avoid failure or looking dumb or get the outcome exactly how I want it. But it's the thinking that's causing problems. You overthink what you should say and you come across as awkward. You overthink what you should write and it doesn't sound like you. You overthink what you should do with your life and you remain stuck, other people pass you by. Moreover, you can never overthink your way out of action-based problems. Try something, anything to get you unstuck. That is the only way you can escape overthinking. Number 3, get good, really good at something. I got obsessed with drums, got good, ended up touring the world with a band. I got obsessed with content creation, got good, ended up making it my full-time job. Got obsessed with sports betting, still bad and wondering why my 11-leg parlays don't hit. But hey, there's no losers in sports betting, only quitters. When you get good at something, you're learning the meta lesson of how to learn. Coding, design, art, sales, content, fitness. Pick something and have fun learning how to learn. Number 4, stop waiting for life to get easier. Every stage of your life has its own set of problems. Teenage years, college, adulthood, retirement. The trick your mind will play on you is that I just gotta get through this stage. The next one will be better or problem-free. But I guarantee you wanted to be at this stage you're in right now at some point in your past. Life doesn't actually get easier, you get better with more experience. Number 5, you will regret inaction more than failure. For every one person who regrets a failed business, there's 1,000 that regret not even trying. For every one person embarrassed for asking someone out, there's 10,000 kicking themselves for not shooting their shots. The only way your life can drastically change is embracing rejection as part of success. And at the end of your life, you're not gonna regret what you did, you're going to regret what you didn't do. Number 6, the most important thing in life for happiness is, well, the biggest study spanned over 80 years and tracked over 700 people, asking them one question: what truly makes us happy? You know what they found? It wasn't fame, wealth, hotness. Time and time again, the quality of your relationships. And it's not like having hundreds of them, it's having a few very close people to you go through life with. So prioritize people and not things to be truly happy. Number 7, people aren't against you, they're just for themselves. Did they not text us back because they hate us? Or do they just have their own things going on in life? We will never know for sure, but the point is not wasting your energy coming up with reasons why people did things. The quicker you stop taking things personally, the faster and more energy you'll have for you. Number 8, burnout isn't about doing too much. It's about doing too little of what actually matters. If we never do what we love, who wouldn't be burnt out? So maybe you're not exhausted from being too busy. Maybe you're exhausted from not doing what fuels you. Number 9, you teach people how to treat you. It can feel uncomfortable to advocate for yourself, and setting boundaries can feel awkward at first or intense, but you get what you tolerate, whether that's at work, not advocating for yourself, in relationships, letting people walk all over you, or friends and letting them flake. This also works in the affirmative, praising the qualities you want to see grow in people. So be sure you're rewarding the right behaviors from others. Number 10, keep a journal. I've worked with therapists, I've worked with coaches, I've done programs, but honestly, the best self-growth came from sitting down with my journal. I think there's something so cool in a digital age having an analog system where you can see your handwriting, it's unplugged, you can take it everywhere with you, and you can look back on it in 10 or 20 years. Imagine that. And if you need a starting place, I'll link down below our 11 questions to change your life. This is a free gift and it's 11 questions that'll kickstart your growth. Number 11, focus on big wins around money. In your 20s, earning more money is way easier than saving money. So can you negotiate your salary every 6 months, earning a couple extra grand every time you do it? Can you get a side hustle and make $200-300 extra a week. If you're stuck in a job that pays minimum wage, can you go learn a trade and in a couple years be making 6 figures? And cutting out $5 lattes will help, but not spending an extra 10 or 20 grand on a new car when a used one will do just fine will help even more. The point is, give your energy to the big things with money, and the small things will start to take care of themselves. Number 12, starting today, put a 10% tax on yourself. By the time I was 25, I had worked over 20 jobs. And you know how much money I had saved up? Zero. In fact, I was negative net worth. I was in debt. And that's when I had a hard reality check. Why did I work to begin with? It was to get ahead, but I wasn't. And looking back, I definitely could have lived on 90% and saved the other 10. Look into compounding, look into investing and the benefits you have of being young. No matter how much or how little money you make, put away 10%, view it as a tax on yourself. That way you're always building and getting ahead. Number 13, be incredibly mindful with alcohol. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't drink. I did in my 20s and made some memories I'll never forget, and a lot I can't remember, but partying has an expiration date, and those who stay at the party too long get left behind in life. So going sober for me was the best decision I could have ever made. You'll grow in ways you don't expect. You're going to make real friends, not just drinking buddies, and you'll build a life you actually love, not one you need to escape from. So it's okay to go to the party, just know when it's time to leave. Number 14, accept that healthy looks like boring. Long-term healthy relationships can seem boring compared to the exciting short-term fling that's toxic. Long-term healthy diets that are good for you can seem boring compared to the latest trend where you lose a bunch of weight and gain it back. That looks exciting. And the routine you need to save your first 100 grand looks really boring compared to the latest double your money overnight scheme that's bad. The point is, there's excitement and buzz you will hear in extremes, but most of the time your results are in sustainability. So accept that healthy looks like boring, but that's totally okay. Number 15, life's too short for sleep. Invest in blackout curtains, wear an eye mask, wear a tracking device so you get data on your sleep. Since taking my sleep seriously the last 5 years, I've never averaged below an 80 sleep score. Gamify the process of sleep, make it fun, and watch your energy go through the roof. Number 16, you'll never be good enough for the wrong person. Relationships aren't 50-50, they're 100-100. If someone doesn't see your worth, stop trying to convince them. Number 17, you don't need energy to work out. You get energy by working out. Your body is designed to move. So even something as simple as a 30-minute walk or standing for a few hours a day can drastically boost your energy levels. The key is finding exercise for you that doesn't feel like work and you have resistance towards. So join a rec sport, go to the gym, try a class, and find the kind of movements that you have zero resistance to doing. Number 18, you are the main character of your movie, so document it. I don't mean for social media, I mean for yourself. Behind the scenes, document more. Take more photos that you want. Record your thoughts in your journal. Every birthday, get in a habit of sitting down with the camera and for 20 minutes just processing through your life. 20 years from now, looking back on that, you're gonna be so glad you did. Number 19, this is the best relationship advice I ever got in my 20s, was this. Stop looking for the right person and start trying to become the right person. Tens attract tens. Like attracts like. If you want to attract someone on a higher level, you need to raise yourself up to a higher level as well. When you stop looking and searching and you worry about becoming, you find that that person magically comes into your life. Number 20, get a dog. This is the sign you've been waiting for. Dogs force you to live in the moment, get outside, meet people, and pick up dog at 6 a.m. I got mine at 28, and honestly, I wish I hadn't waited so long. The reward outweighs the work tenfold. Taking care of something and putting the focus off of you is great for your mental health. Number 21, if you're going to compare, you need the full context. Social media has made it literally impossible for you not to compare yourself to others. And if you're not careful, everyone's hot, everyone's successful, everyone has tons of money, doesn't work, and can travel all the time. But when we compare, we're never getting the full story. I've seen so much behind the scenes, like the couple who everyone admires that can't stop fighting when the cameras are off, or the fitness influencer who's all natural but, taking a little special sauce behind the scenes, and the entrepreneur who works all the time, kids barely even know it. So use success as inspiration, but not as ammunition to feel bad about yourself. Number 22, start making weekly to-do lists. If you have 5 things you need to get done that week, and they're the only 5 things on a list, it's very hard to procrastinate. When I switched to weekly to-do lists and only put on there what I needed to get done for the week, my productivity skyrocketed. Number 23, practice zero-based thinking. Ever stick with something because you put so much time into it already? Anytime you feel yourself feeling stuck, stop and ask yourself this question. Knowing what I know now, if I could start over today, would I still blank? Would I still be in that same relationship? Would I still choose the same career path? Would I still live in the same city? If the answer is no, it's time to switch things up. Don't ever let momentum carry you away in a direction you don't want to go. Number 24, find a way to travel. In my 20s, I backpacked solo through 12 different countries, had the adventures of a lifetime, met incredible people, and experienced firsthand how traveling changes your worldview. Yes, I had to work jobs and save up money, and yes, it probably set me back in my career a bit, but looking back, I wouldn't trade that for anything. And you can travel at any time in your life, but later down the road when you have a mortgage, you got kids, you got a wife or a husband, you got an adult career, the excuse is not to get more legitimate. So scratch the itch now while you're free and you don't regret it later. Number 25, it's totally okay if you don't know what you're doing with your life. I think you should throw out the idea of seeking a purpose. Not only is it vague, but it creates so much pressure where you'll cut yourself off from otherwise good opportunities that could lead you to something purposeful. Just pursue curiosity. What are you excited about? Let's do that. And what you find is that your purpose will find you. Number 26, your biggest problems in life cannot be solved. They can only be outgrown. 27, don't believe everything you think. Because you have negative thoughts does not mean you're a negative person. Because you got rejected does not mean you're a reject, and because you failed does not make you a failure. So don't believe everything you think. Most of the time, it's not even true. Number 28, credit cards are more than just IOUs.
Where's all the money? That's as good as money, sir. Those are IOUs.
I firsthand know the weight of financial stress that credit can put on you, and I've seen people close to me in their 30s still affected by the decisions on credit they made in their 20s. The best financial advice for credit is never carry a balance and always pay off your cards.
$275,000. Might want to hang on to that one.
Number 29, hard choices, easy life. Easy choices, hard life. Things that are good for you in the long term often feel hard in the short term. Take exercising. The days you don't want to do it or you're too tired, yet you never regret the days where you push through and do it. Things that are bad for you in the long term feel kind of cool in the short term, like binge eating, procrastinating, putting off responsibilities. But building a life you love long term takes discipline. And discipline is sacrificing what you want now for what you want most. Number 30, how you make your money is more important than how much money you make. You can have the highest paying job in the world, but if you lose your soul or your family in the process, it's not worth it, is it? Money is important, but it's only one currency. There's psychological freedom, time freedom, emotional freedom. And when you factor in all of those instead of just one and base your decision holistically, you'll realize that how you make your money is a hell of a lot more important than how much money you make. Number 31, anxiety is living in the future, depression is living in the past. The only place you'll find relief is when you bring yourself back to this present moment. Number 32, holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Yeah, it'd be great if we got closure and they'd apologize, but understand that you don't have to have an apology for you to let go of things. I wish I would have forgave quicker and let go sooner. There's such a lightness when you don't carry around things from your past. Number 33, advice is just opinions. Yes, even this video. I have seen people waste years of their life following advice they got online that probably wasn't the best hill to die on and base their big life decisions on. So next time you hear something being discussed on a podcast with great audio and convincing opinions, know that it's just that, opinions, and not always factual. The best skill you can learn in your 20s is the ability to think for yourself. I'll link down below our 11 questions to change your life, and I'll link up here a perfect video for you to watch next. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next one. Stop settling, start living. See ya.